Well, a lot of questions, John and Mick. And in our final segment, John talks to you, Mick, about a guys that I don't think you ever brought out into the light of performance until later than this. You guys are going to discuss Dude Love. And here we go.
Ooh.
You took on this something that you did in school. The Dude Loves a story.
Yeah, I kind of got into wrestling in a roundabout way, for those of you who don't know. And because I'm not friends with any of you, how could you? I developed my own home movie in which I jumped off the roof of a house, and that was seen by a promoter who put me on his road cruise. So I think we may make that tape available in its entirety, not just the jumping sequence, but maybe the whole 45-minute film in its entirety. You can see my first day as a wrestler.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll watch it again and again.
You'll kiss $29 goodbye.
And we will be having that, and we'll be premiering it at one of these live remotes down the road. And also out there, if any of you out there would like us to broadcast in your area, just drop us a line or give us a call at 516-618-0109, and we'll try to make accommodations and take the show on the road. All right, so any other questions before we... Yeah, go ahead.
John, yes. Hulk Hogan might go to Japan, and it's speculated that he might come back and fight Flair in SummerSlam. Well, if he does not come back, you think Savage will beat Flair for the title?
I don't see Flair losing the title until SummerSlam at least. I don't know what Hogan's going to do. I think the next month is very crucial for him, and I think it's very crucial for the World Wrestling Federation in general. I really can't predict what's going to happen with Hogan right now, but, well, that goes without saying, in my opinion, anyhow. Any other questions?
Yeah, hi, I'm Louis from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I want to know, Cactus, why'd you beat up John about a year ago?
John's on
For the video.
Now, a lot of people don't know how far back that goes, and it took a long time for those feelings to subside. Because, and John will tell you, he put his body in a position it didn't belong. You understand? He tried to interfere in one of my matches at a point where I wasn't that happy with my life. So he's going to throw his life into mine, and what happens is John tasted his own liver for the first time. But there was no real reason. It just seemed like the thing to do at the time. You understand? How did you get wind of that?
Huh?
How did you know about that?
How did you hear about that?
Oh, Mike told me. My friend.
See, I got a long-standing personal policy that if anybody in the audience wants to get involved with my match, I'll make them part of the match. You understand? So like the guy for my little friend over there who wanted to know who the worst piece of garbage I ever wrestled was, I swear to you, John, I may suplex him on the table.
Yeah.
And
Got a volunteer right here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even bring that up because I still have nightmares over that day.
yeah, I mean, it's something that happens. John's a journalist. He thought he was doing the right thing, and I thought I was doing the right thing by dropping an elbow on him. I mean, it was a great match. John's got on videotape, and I think deep down in his heart, he's proud of it.
You know what the funniest line of I was getting carted away, and being dragged back into the dressing room, and then someone in the audience just yelled out, "Give him a 6-foot hero, he'll be fine." So not only was I pummeled, but I was also insulted, and that added insult to injury, as they say. Another 6 minutes to go here, Cactus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, we got another question.
Okay, Cactus. Quick question for you and then one for John. When you signed your contract with WCW, what kind of a timetable did they give you? Because I'm sure all the wrestling fans here want to see you long-term in WCW, since we feel that you're one of the brighter stars in WCW, since they're going to be hopefully overtaking the WWF in the near future.
Thank you for your brown nosing. I got a good contract. I'm happy with where I am. I'm not as happy as I'll be next September, but I'm pretty happy right now, you understand? I mean, I'm getting paid better than I ever dreamed of. I put myself, this is the truth. I realized that the things I did out there in the ring they did not lend itself to a longevity, you know what I mean? And I was honest about that. People don't understand that I feel the pain as much as anybody the next day. It's the only difference between me and them is that I like it. You understand? But I mean, it comes a point where you got to ask yourself, well, how long can I continue to do this for relatively little money? I gave myself till I was 26 to start making some good money, and I was ahead of that schedule. So I think I'll be around for a while, and I think WCW wants me around for a while because, like I said, as long as there are sick people out there like you willing to turn on your TV sets to see Cactus Jack, I'll be around.
Okay, we have time for one more question, okay?
All right, John.
Wait, not from you. Not from you.
Okay, this is the last question for tonight, okay?
Yeah, Cactus Jack, John always talks about this, but can you address the steroids problem in wrestling? Because there have been a lot of PSAs now that Kip Fry is starting to run. I saw one today with Ricky Steamboat, and I'm sure you know it exists. Can you address it a little bit?
I would just like to say, and I'm being honest right now, a lot of people have talked about steroids and they've danced around the issue, but I will go on record as saying that neither I nor Abdullah the Butcher have ever taken steroids.
Okay. We
So you want an
appreciate,
answer? You want me to go on record with my answer?
We got about a minute, okay?
Yeah, if they kicked out everybody who took steroids in WCW, you'd be looking at basically the same lineup. You understand? They've weeded out people who couldn't wrestle, and they've got a pretty good crew in there that doesn't need steroids in order to succeed. So I say I'm all for the steroid testing, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
So when you finally became Dude Love in the WWF, Mick, what kind of, it must have felt pretty good to do this. How did that come about?
Oh, that was one of the big breaks in my career. That's something I talk a little bit about on my current one-man show, is that how a lot of times you think of your big break as a single solitary break, but it's actually a succession of smaller breaks along the way. So in this case, it was Shawn Michaels and I tearing the house down in early 1997 when he was a champion with a bad back. So he really appreciated how well I was taking care of him each night. We were still finding a way if not tearing the house down, we were certainly having good quality matches while he healed, which is now no easy task. And after the show one night, he asked me if this character of mine was how I'd always seen myself. And I kind of just laughed and said, no, I wanted to be like you. And that's when I unveiled the Dude Love of my youth. And as it worked out, Bruce Pritchard was listening. He went back to Mr. McMahon and he said, man, Mick Foley's got a much more interesting, backstory in real life than we realized. And he's got video to prove it. So when Vince found out that they had poor maligned mankind, he really believes in the ability of wrestling to tell stories and to fulfill dreams. And when he found out that I wanted to be this guy, he just decided he wanted to bring him to life, especially after I did the sit-down series of, it was one interview, but WWE edited it into, 5 or 6 weeks because they felt so strongly about it being something special. And especially as the weeks went by and Mr. McMahon saw the fans really gravitating towards the Mankind character, he wanted to make the Dude Love thing happen for real. Wanted to make that real life dream come true on a show.
And weren't you able to get Colette involved in that for a bit?
Colette came out for one show, I think, when we were, near the area. Threw undergarments at me or whatever. Maybe the second appearance or second or third appearance of Dude Love. And she did a great job. It was just in the past 6 months that I saw that on the same day I took photos with Steve Austin with the tag team titles, that my wife, who was in town because we were going on a vacation after SummerSlam, she was there too. And so there's a picture of me, Steve, and Colette, which is really cool.